And by the way, you know, I sit on the stand and it get hot. I got hairy legs that turn blonde in the sun. And the kids used to come up and reach in the pool and rub my leg down so it was straight, and then watch the hair come back up again. They look at it. So I learned about roaches. I learned about kids jumping on my lap.
他刚才说什么？我有 clip of him from this week talking about COVID.
COVID has taken this year, just since the outbreak, it's taken more than 100 years. Look, here's the lives. I mean, you think about it. More lives this year than any other year for the past 100 years.
I mean, it's true, but we didn't really have COVID-19 in the past 99 years.
Why in God's name couldn't we provide an $8,000 tax credit for everybody who has child care costs? It would put 720 million women back in the workforce.
720 million women back in the workforce. That sounds awesome. Problem with that is the U.S. population is less than half of that. Let's hear his thoughts on gun deaths.
150 million people have been killed since 2007 when Bernie voted to exempt the gun manufacturers from liability. More than all the wars, including Vietnam.
150 million people died from guns in the U.S., so that's like almost half our population. So close.
Now we have over 120 million dead from COVID.
I sure hope it doesn't get that bad. He also has some really awkward ways to say things. Let's have a look at this.
And why should the voters believe that you can win the national election?
It's a good question. Number one, I was a Democratic caucus. Ever been to a caucus?
I was a Democratic caucus, or I went to a Democratic caucus?
No, you haven't. You're a lying dog-faced pony soldier. You said you were, but now you got to be honest. I'm going to be honest with you.
Oh, sorry. What does that even mean? A lying dog-faced pony soldier? I've never heard that expression in my life, but I'm going to use it from now on. Don't be a lying dog-faced pony soldier. Oh, gosh. That's my favorite. That's just...
We hold these truths to be self-evident. Sounds corny. Not a joke. Think about it.
Oh, that's Martin Luther King Jr. That's not corny at all.
We hold these truths to be self-evident. All men and women created by... You know the thing.
Men and women are created by the thing? You mean God? Not exactly sure what he's saying there.
Avoid having an excuse to walk by the dealer and say, no, I'm not going to be a mule. I got something to do. I got to go do boom, boom, boom.
I got to go boom, boom, boom.
If elected, you would turn 82 at the end of your first term. You'd be the oldest president in American history.
Are you Winston Churchill?
Okay, so why is this problematic? Well, Winston Churchill was British.
American history.
Oh, American.
Yes.
Oh, American history. Oh.
Are you?
I was joking. That was a joke.
Okay.
Oh, he was joking. I sure hope so. I really hope so. I don't know. Biden's also earned the nickname Sleepy Joe from Trump.
Oh, Sleepy Joe.
And sometimes you can kind of see why he gets that name.
You know, the rapidly rising I don't know. Why doesn't he just act like a president? That's a stupid way to say it.
You know, Donald Trump was asked on...
Sorry.
Go ahead.
No, probably best I don't.
Hi, Gangala.
And I tell you what, I'm so darn proud. And those poor people who have lost, anyway.
Oh, poor Joe. There's also been a few occasions where he said completely the wrong thing.
Because we cannot get reelected. We cannot win this reelection. Excuse me, we can only reelect Donald Trump.
We can only reelect Donald Trump. Well, then what are you running for?
I'm prepared to say that I have a record of over 40 years and that I'm going to beat Joe Biden.
Wait, you're going to beat Joe Biden? That's a very deep statement. How can one beat oneself? Now, Biden, much like Trump, has also often been accused of being a racist. So where exactly do these accusations come from? Let's watch a few clips and you can judge for yourself. Did he just slip up or did he mean to say these things?
We have this notion that somehow if you're poor, you cannot do it. Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids. Wealthy kids, black kids, Asian kids.
Okay, probably just a slip up.
What you all know, but most people don't know, unlike the African American community, with notable exceptions, the Latino community is an incredibly diverse community with incredibly different attitudes about different things.
So everyone in the African American community thinks exactly the same, with notable exceptions? Probably not what he meant to say, but that's kind of what he said.
It's a long way until November. We got more questions.
You got more questions, but I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, then you ain't black.
If you don't vote for Joe Biden, you're not black. So there is this idea that everybody who is black in America thinks the same way. To categorize one race as all thinking exactly the same is a little racist.
拜登现在记不得任何的事情，所以说他的幕僚必须在专访的时候前面有个提词机，那提词机你不可以写所有东西，对不对？你都写一些大纲outline，所以他那个提词机上面就写委内瑞拉是一条，因为川普以前说拜登如果当选，美国会变委内瑞拉，所以他写个委内瑞拉，然后第二条是什么？top line message 叫做大标题，川普的经济政策是错误的。结果呢，然后呢，当主持人问到这个问题的时候，他完全搞不清楚是两件事，所以他就讲出来说委内瑞拉的大标题，川普的总统政策是错误的。可问题是委内瑞拉没有这个报纸写出这样的标题。
不是，我们如果幕僚上面写一个 top line message， 就是这是提醒你的。你看到 top line message 的时候，你就要注意到说底下是什么。你只会把 top line message 这几个字给念出来呢？